Good morning and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today is a very exciting day because right now I'm doing a little bit of work before I go into the farm because we are having our seed delivered from Pioneer Seed. We are starting our first day of corn planting 2024 season. Very exciting day on the farm. I'm going to be going in later this morning once that seed is delivered to go ahead and get started on our first day of planting. This always seems kind of like a sprint. It's a little hectic time of year trying to coordinate planting, spraying, and then of course just kind of monitoring the weather forecast and getting everything done in a timely fashion. But this morning before I go in to start corn planting, I actually have to give a little bit of medication to a goat that I found a couple days ago with a broken leg. All right, so this little guy still has this broken leg slash shoulder. We obviously did not do x-rays to determine the exact breakage just because that's not very, it's just cost prohibitive to do x-rays on livestock. But we have been medicating this goat and kind of quarantining it in a horse stall so that way it really limits its, hi buddy. That way it really limits his mobility so that way he can just kind of relax, not be chasing after his mom, to be nursing, and just to keep them in a tight little area so that way his recovery is a little bit faster. His heart rate has gone down significantly. His temperature has gone down. He's no longer running a fever. And so I'm going to be just giving him a little anti-inflammatory painkiller every single day for like the foreseeable future, just to keep him comfortable and recovering. He's nursing well. He's doing well other than that. But yeah, sometimes when you have livestock, you have special little cases like this little guy. And luckily his mom is super friendly and he has a twin sister who's still thriving in this little quarantine pen. We're gonna give him this little oral medication. I know. It's like meloxicam. It's the same drug that you give like arthritic dogs. So I'll show you how he gets around. Planting corn. This is actually not my first day planting corn. Yesterday was the first official day of planting corn, but as it is on the farm, the first day did not go super smoothly. I spent a lot of time on the phone with Kenzie getting some questions answered about my planter because I was not having some of my sensors show up correctly. And then it turns out after all of that time wasted on the phone with Kenzie, the solution to my problem was basically resetting the system. So I'm like a 90s kid, so it should have just been common sense that if something's not working, you should just turn it off and on again and then it'll probably start working. But we got the kinks ironed out last night, and so today got started planting some corn, got my perimeter pretty much done, and so now I'm just making some passes. Basically, planting corn's pretty easy. Green Star does all of the hard work. Just have to have somebody in here to monitor the the sensors, and then turn around at the end of all of my rows. So let's plant some corn. 2024 planting season has begun. Since planting is kind of boring to watch, I thought it'd be fun to do a little Q&A while I am planting corn. The other day on my Instagram stories, I asked my followers to ask me questions. So I'm going to answer some of the ones that were frequently asked. And so, yeah, let's start with something easy. First question, what is my age? So I am 29. I'm enjoying the last year of my 20s, and then next January I will be turning 30. Another question I got was, what is your favorite thing to do in farming? So I guess this is kind of a hard thing to answer because I find joy in a lot of aspects of farming. Truly my favorite is probably livestock, animal husbandry. I especially love kidding season for our goats. If you can't tell from a lot of my YouTube videos, I feel like a lot of people are stressed during that time of year, which I agree. Kidding, calving, all of those seasons are super stressful, but they are truly the most enjoyable to me. It's your next generation coming, all of your hard work kind of paying off. So I really enjoy animal husbandry. But also lately I've been enjoying trying new things. So I have some flowers that I'm growing for a little flower farm experiment. And I have my bees that I'm doing a little bit of beekeeping. So I enjoy learning new things and, just diving into all aspects of agriculture. So hopefully that answers that. Next question I got is, how did you get into social media stuff like this? So I've been on social media since 2020. I first started social media as my full-time income, or my main source of income, in 2020, and I was on Reddit, and then I moved to TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, and then now I've dove into YouTube. So I've been on social media for quite some time now, a little over, almost 4 years. So that's kind of how I got into this. I started social media obviously to make money, and it's worked out pretty well for me. So yeah. How many horses do you have? So I'm like counting off the top of my head. I believe I have 12 horses. I unfortunately lost one of my geldings earlier this year, but I still have a lot of happy, healthy horses that I get to enjoy riding every single day. Truly the most asked question that I get literally on all of the comments on my YouTube videos, on my Instagram stories when I ask for questions is, why don't you show your face? When are we gonna show your face? And then I also got one that said, do you ever worry about people recognizing the bottom part of your face when it shows sometimes? And the answer is, I'm not afraid of showing my face. I'm not hiding. I don't think I'm ugly. I've explained it before, is I just enjoy my privacy. I have a lot of friends who do social media, and I have a lot of friends who also do OnlyFans, and they get approached in public. They'll be at, you know, the mall or an event, and they'll get approached by strangers in public. And I don't show my face, so I never have to fear that. I've never had anyone ever come up to me in the public and say, hey, you know, I've seen you on social media. And that's what I mean when I say I enjoy my privacy. I'm from a small town, and I get to have this huge social media presence. I have, you know, almost 400,000 subscribers on OnlyFans right now, and I've never had a single person come up to me in public and threaten my safety or, you know, just make me feel uncomfortable in person. So I enjoy keeping my life private but yet still public. It's hard to explain to people. A lot of people think, you know, someday I'm going to show my face, but I've been doing this for 4 years without ever showing my face, and I truly just enjoy making content without showing my face. So yeah, no face for life. Do you sell your finished goats at auction or all their alternatives? IDK much about goats. So the goats that we have are commercial Kiko boar Savannah goats. So they are raised for meat production. We have a few different ways that we sell them. We sell our breeding stock to other goat farmers. So basically any doelings that we are not keeping for ourselves as replacement does, we sell to other farmers, usually not through auctions. And then we also do direct sales of our goat meat, and then we also do auction for a majority of ours. The nice thing about selling to somebody you know or selling directly off the hoof is that you can control the income. You don't have to depend on markets. Although the goat market has stayed relatively high, there are some chances that you could go to a market and the weather be terrible or the crowd not be very large, and then you lose quite a bit of money because the auction house doesn't do a no sale or something along those lines. So obviously our goal is probably to eventually not sell at markets at all, but for now we've had pretty good luck selling at market. This question says bush or no bush, but I'm a little confused because I think they forgot the C. Bush Light has a C in it, and I am obviously pro Bush Light. Have you gone out for mushrooms yet? So morel mushroom season is basically upon us. I haven't seen any, but we've definitely had neighbors ask if they could come forage our woods for mushrooms. You know what, this might be a little controversial or whatever, but I don't like morel mushrooms. I don't enjoy hunting for them. I don't enjoy eating them. Last year we found, you know, I don't know, 10 5-gallon buckets worth, and they went to waste. I mean, we tried to give them to friends and family, and everyone's always like, oh, sell them, they're worth so much, but the hassle of selling them on Facebook Marketplace and all of that jazz just doesn't intrigue me. So no, I have not gone out looking for mushrooms, but best of luck to you if you are a mushroom hunter. What is the best part of my day? So, I don't know, I feel like all of my days are a little bit different, but I guess my favorite part of my days lately has been my hot tub. I've wanted a hot tub basically my entire life, and my parents were super anti-hot tub. They didn't want to take care of it. They didn't want to deal with mice, yada yada yada. So this last year I finally purchased one, and I figured if I use it every single day, the cost of it, the breakdown will make a lot more sense. So sitting in my hot tub every day and, you know, doing my work, scrolling online is definitely the highlight of my day. Not that I've noticed. Are you on your way back? That was a phone call saying that someone is bringing me more corn seed. So the corn seed that I'm using right now is out of a bag, and gotta load it up on the back of the truck and bring it to this field. So yeah, let's fill up on some corn seed. Alright, so I went ahead and put the corn into the planter behind me. I have 8 rows, so I did 4 rows of one hybrid and then 4 rows of a different hybrid. This is just something we do just to see how different hybrids perform. And now I'm going to put a little powdered graphite into each hopper. I get my pictures for the gram. So some of you might not know, and you may have noticed that I'm planting into a field that's already green. The green is winter rye, which is a cover crop that we planted last fall. Basically, a cover crop is something that we plant to help our soil health and to control a little bit of weeds here in the spring. So after we're done planting, the corn will spray up basically, and it'll kill this winter rye. The winter rye is a little bit less than 8 inches, so it's a good time to kill it off, so that way the soil and the corn will get those nutrients rather than them being kind of trapped in the rye, if that makes sense. So we will spray probably this weekend after we are done planting. I have never put my tripod on top of the steering wheel column like this, so if my camera falls off and breaks because this field is so bumpy, that's gonna be all my fault. But I thought this angle could show me pulling the planter behind me a little bit better. Yeah, you see how bumpy this is? I think next year this field is going to be dissed because it needs a little TLC, a little bumpy in here. Don't you love when Green Star does not see your stupid straight track and it doesn't hop on the right line? So you just make another loop. Typically, I don't have too many issues with Green Star unless I'm using adaptive curves. But today, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I've not been getting along with Green Star. Straighten out my planter. Well, I'm probably going to wrap up this YouTube video now. I just wanted to show a little bit of what it's like to plant corn. It is the beginning of our 2024 crop season, and it's exciting to get the ball rolling. The next phase is going to be spraying a little pre-emergent down this weekend after I'm done planting this field. So thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you in the next one.